Good evening. The April 2026 work session is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, Director Brown, staff, Forest Park residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the City Council Work Session meeting for Monday, April 20th, 2026. Mayor Ellison.
Here.
Councilmember James.
Present.
Councilmember Gunn.
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Present.
Councilmember Akins Wells.
Here.
Councilmember Mayers.
Here.
Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
Thank you. For tonight's agenda, is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Motion is presented and second by Councilwoman Gunn. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll move on to new business. Council discussion and action to reappoint or appoint a city representative to the Clayton County Land Bank Board. Planning and Community Development.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Director Brown. Since the establishment of the Clayton County Land Bank in 2020, the City of Forest Park has historically designated the planning director to serve as the city representative on the Land Bank Board. Since that time, the city appointed representative has been the serving planning director. Following the departure of the former planning director and the transition of planning and community development leadership, the Land Bank representative clarification regarding the city's designated representative. At this time, the city seat will temporarily be listed as vacant pending formal action by the mayor and city council. On February 16th, 2026, mayor and council appointed the interim planning director to serve as the city's representative on the Clayton County Land Bank. The current appointment term for the city seat is set to expire on April 21st, 2026. As such, this item is being brought forward to the April 20th, 2026 council meeting to allow mayor and council to take timely action to either reappoint the current representative or designate a new appointee for the incoming term. Per the Clayton County Land Bank Board structure, appointments are for a 4-year term and members serve at the pleasure of the appointing authority. Taking action prior to the expiration date will ensure the city maintains uninterrupted representation and voting authority on the board. Accordingly, staff is bringing this item forward for mayor and council consideration to formally designate a representative of the Clayton County Land Bank on behalf of the city of Forest Park. And I would like to add that this item, we do have to submit dues annually to the Clayton County Land Bank, and those dues do come out of the planning and community development budget. And that concludes. I'm available if you have any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the council? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is council consideration to approve amphitheater facility request usages, recreation and leisure.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We're bringing forth the 4th annual Jam for Peace Festival is looking to return to on May the 9th. And I do have a representative here that'll be able to speak on behalf of the event. Mr. Jay. Come on up, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Y'all look beautiful.
So,
Well, thank you, Matthew. I'm Jay Francis Springs. Today is the best day of my life, and it got better when I saw all of these handsome and beautiful faces. To the Honorable Mayor Ellison, esteemed members of council, I am Jay Francis Springs. This is the 4th year that we have had the opportunity to present without any interruptions or anything that is of a negative connotation, Jam for Peace at Star Park. And so we're requesting the opportunity to proceed with the 4th annual Jam for Peace this year at Star Park.
any council have any questions for Mr. Springer?
I don't have a question. I just want people to just take lead off that when we come and say hi to us.
Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
They will be responsible for providing the insurance and getting with Forest Park PD as far as for security.
How you doing, Director Maxwell?
How you doing?
Good. I did have a question about the you probably know this is coming, but like the registration for the summer camps.
Mhm.
Somebody was waiting in line and then at 8:02 it shut down. Like what's going on?
Well, we followed up with almost 100 kids within, I would say within 10 minutes. 100 kids with our summer camp program. And we've got a lot of phone calls and emails about that as far as, but the process was everybody had to register at 8 o'clock. And it's pretty much once you're in line, and we had a few that missed out.
And is there we can do? What would you need for? I think this, it's an extremely beneficial program, especially for our community. I mean, what do you need to make it, can you expand it anyway? Or is that like a stat, like? what-
Well, we're working with HR and the finance department to see if we can add on any more employees. I think because of the ratio, we do like one counselor per 10 kids. So in order for us to add on, like, for example, our 7 and 8-year-old group, they have 25 kids, so we have pretty much 2 counselors. But if we added on another one, we could increase that ratio. So we're trying to work with HR and finance to see if we can increase the amount of amount of counselors we can hire to be able to add on a couple more kids. So we're still in the work
We
process.
would have the space for it, and these are contracts. These aren't like full-time employees. These would be like part-time.
No, they're seasonal. So
Okay.
what tends to happen, if you look at it budget wise, it goes to the end of June. And then when the new budget kicks in July, that transitions to the new budget time. But for the new budget year, we have added on to accommodate for adding on more kids. But to get us through the end of June, we're working with finance and HR to see if we can add on, I would say, 3 more counts. 'Cause all the groups are not in demand, but the more popular groups, which would be between that 7 and 12-year-old age group, they are in demand. So we're trying to get 2 to 3 more counselors to accommodate for the extra, but we're just trying to make sure the budget can accommodate not just the department budget, but the overall city budget can accommodate it.
If there's something we can do to help, let us know, Director Wiggins.
Yeah,
That's that.
we'll continue to have talks with finance and HR to see, and then bring it back before you guys. So we still have a little more time to figure it out. But with it being close to the end of the budget year, we're just trying to make sure the overall budget can accommodate before we try to add on at least 2 to 3 more employees.
Were those people added to a wait list, or did they just leave the line once they?
Some of them we have added to a in-house waiting list because they are some of our Forest Park regulars. So once we decide, then we'll know who to reach out to. It's not going to be some that we're going to open up to the public, like just open up, because yes, we do have a waiting list that we will accommodate before we just open it up to the public. Because once we do open it up to the public, the ones on the waiting list could still miss out on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I almost got tackled by my neighbor. He's like 10, but he was really excited. He enjoyed it last year.
I got you.
Thank you, man.
I'm just gonna stay up here because I'm the next one.
Next item is council consideration to approve 696 Main Street facility request usage.
I don't see them here, but this is for a organization called Toastmasters. They're based here in the city of Forest Park, and they offer opportunities for citizens and employees and anybody that want to learn how to public speak. And that's what it's based around, pretty much public speaking and on that end. So they want to be able to use the facility. And from my understanding, they've already been using it on and off here and there. So they want us to be able to make it official to use the facility at 696 to hold their meetings. I think it's once or twice a month at 696.
How long?
What I want to do is pretty much put it on maybe a 3 to 4 month time frame, because it is a year-round program. But I want to do the official numbers on ourselves to see how many people in Forest Park are officially using it compared to if outside people are coming to use it. So I want to put it on a 3 to 4 month time frame and do the numbers, and then bring it back to council to decide if we want to extend it, because it is a year-round program. It's free to come to the program, but to be a member of the club, you have to pay for the club. So you can come on every other Tuesday and get the techniques, but to get the overall benefits, you have to pay for the overall benefits. But I want to see how many of, because some of my team want to use it. But, so I just want to see how many of the employees or the citizens want to use it before we commit to a year time frame.
Yeah, that's a long time frame to tie up
Yes.
to every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, I think it's just once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just second and fourth Thursday. But to even do it consistently for a year without getting the official numbers, that's what I told them. Let me, between now and October, see what numbers are, see how many citizens are participating, if it's really benefiting the city, and then bring it back to council and see about long term. But I know some of my team members want to use it because they want to advance their public speaking and engaging with the community on that end.
Director Tariq.
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be the first time that the city will engage in this with Toastmasters.
No, we've engaged in it on a different format, but to bring it and do it on a consistent basis.
So
Yes.
what's the consensus of those persons that participated? Did you hit your projections as to numbers so you can have something to gauge to see, is it worth it, to extend it out by a year? Did you hit your marks?
No, that's what I want to do now because it was presented to us on a different board.
Mhm.
So now I'm bringing it back to make it official before I commit to a whole year. So that's why I told them they've been using the city, but it hasn't been a commitment from the city.
And so this is going to be not only potential our colleagues, but you're opening this up to residents of the Forest Park also.
Yes, ma'am.
And so there would be a sign-up sheet or something to that magnitude. For
Yes.
Gauge and see
Mhm.
what it looks like for you to engage in it.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I have one of my team members that'll be over there to take the sign in and make sure that we're getting the accurate participation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madam. Do you have a time frame or the time, the hours
Mhm.
that we?
Because I know we have stuff going on. Most of this is over with 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock at the latest. It's pretty much over with. It's maybe like an hour and a half that they pretty much are there.
So somewhere between 5 and 6 or?
No, it's between more so, I want to say 4 and 5:30.
4 and 5:30, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say, thank you, Tariq, for this. I remember, like just clubs like this, like the Rotary Club, the Kiwanis Club, Toastmasters. I think these are, kind of dying out in a lot of places. So I'm glad that we're bringing some of these service clubs and things like that back to the city. I know there is a fee associated with it, and I think it's to become like part of the Toastmasters, and then you get like feedback on your speeches and you get like a full breakdown. But if you go anywhere else to just get public speaking classes, it's way more expensive. So
Yeah.
I'm eager to see how our community responds to this, because public speaking is the biggest fear over death. I read that in a survey that people fear to get in front of a crowd and have to talk over other things, and it's a great skill to have. So I would like to see from your department just promotion of it, like just maybe some cool reels on Instagram or something. You got a youthful, cool crowd.
Mhm.
Maybe having people understand the value of public speaking and how we're offering it like right here for free for them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much
You are.
and happy birthday. Okay, next item, council consideration to approve surplus items list from the Economic Development Department.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and Director Brown. This is actually on behalf of the Office of Economic Development and Planning and Community Development. We are asking for Mayor and Council's consideration on the approval of a number of surplus items that are currently housed in our department. A little bit about background and history. There are a number of items that have predated, I think, pretty much everyone that is currently in our building, that are currently rendering most of our conference room, our closet, and a large part of what we call our bullpen. It's a large area where our copier and some functional office space currently is largely unusable for some office furniture that has been accumulated and inherited over the past several years. This is really phase one. What we are asking is to allow staff to move forward with allowing Public Works to pick up the surplus items. This would be step one in the process. Once those items are picked up and moved out of our building, allowing us to make full use of our space. Step two in this surplus process would then move into the finance and procurement phase of surplusing the items through, is it OpenGov? Yes, surplusing the items through OpenGov with, sorry, GovDeal, through finance and procurement and moving through the surplus process in that way. But what we're asking for at this time is to allow us to have Public Works come and pick up and remove the physical items from our space. Are there questions?
Any questions from the governing body?
I got a question. Are they gonna sell the stuff, give it away, or how you gonna do it?
Do you want to? Sorry.
Yeah, so first, good evening, Mayor and Council, Director Brown. Yes, we're gonna, when we go into phase two, after Public Works picks it up, we have everything itemized. I think everything's pretty much itemized right now. What we'll do is move into where we can use platform like GovDeal, put it on there, and then come up with a price to see if it can be bid or auctioned off. If that does not get rid of the item, then we'll move into where we might need to discard it or come back to you to see if we can maybe see what else we can do with it. But we will try to sell it first, which is probably going to be, if I looked at the items correctly, it's going to be real low. So, but it's just something to get rid of. It's something that we have to bring before council before we even attempt to get rid of anything. Yes.
Thank you. We're moving on. Is there a motion to recess the work session and enter into executive session for the purpose of personnel, litigation, real estate, and cybersecurity?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You. Thank you for waiting. Is there a motion to end the executive session and reconvene the work session?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The work session meeting is adjourned. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The April 2026 regular session meeting is hereby called to order. Tonight's invocation will be delivered by Dr. Kenneth Payton, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Those who are able, please stand.
Let us pray. Father, now we come tonight to say thank you for your grace and your mercy. Thank you, God, for bringing us to this time, this place, for the reason we have assembled. Whatever activities we were involved in today, whatever we had to do, you brought us here at this time, at this place, to do this business on behalf of the city. And so, God, we invoke your presence. We pray, God, that you would help us tonight to accomplish everything we need to accomplish for your glory. In Jesus' matchless name, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, Director Brown, staff, Forest Park residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the City Council regular session meeting today, Monday, April 20th, 2026. Mayor Ellison. Here. Councilmember James.
Present.
Councilmember Gunn.
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez. Here. Councilmember Akins Well.
Here.
Councilmember Mayers.
Here.
Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
For tonight's agenda, is there anything the governing body would like to add or delete? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. The next item would be ceremonial. Have some proclamations for Autism Awareness Month, Administrative Professionals, and Georgia 811 Safe Digging Month. Who's prepared for those? Whereas every April, the world comes together to bring awareness to autism spectrum disorder, ASD, a developmental disability that can cause significant social, communication, and behavioral challenges. And whereas it is also an important time to reflect not only what autism is, but more importantly, to remind ourselves that autism isn't linear and that each person with autism has their own unique strengths and needs in different areas. And whereas about 1 in 36 children have autism spectrum disorder, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states. This number is on the rise, especially as children of color receive more diagnoses after being largely overlooked throughout history. And whereas people with ASD often have problems with social, emotional, and communication skills, they might repeat certain behaviors and might not want change in their daily activities. Many people with ASD also have different ways of learning, paying attention, or reacting to things. Signs of ASD begin during your early childhood and typically last throughout a person's life. And whereas during the month of April, we strive to promote autism awareness, inclusion, and self-determination for all, and assure that each person with ASD is provided an opportunity to achieve the highest possible quality of life. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Forest Park governing body hereby calls upon the Forest Park community to learn more about autism, to improve early diagnosis, to learn more about the experiences of autistic people from autistic people, and to build more welcoming and inclusive communities to support people with autism. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hand on this 20th day of April 2026 and have caused the official seal of the great city of Forest Park to be affixed hereto.
Okay, ready?
Okay. All right. Next one. Whereas Administrative Professionals Day is Wednesday, 2020, April 2026, recognizing the essential contributions of administrative staff in workplaces across the United States and beyond. And whereas the observance takes place during the last full week of April, known as Administrative Professionals Week, and honors the secretaries, receptionists, office managers, and executive assistants who keep organizations running smoothly. And whereas Administrative Professionals Day is an annual event that acknowledges the work of administrative support staff in offices, schools, hospitals, government agencies, and businesses of all sizes. And whereas originally known as National Secretaries Day, the observance was broadened in 2000 to reflect the expanding scope of administrative roles in modern workplaces. The International Association of Administrative Professionals, IAAP, serves as the primary organization behind the event, encouraging employers and colleagues to express genuine appreciation for the people who manage schedules, coordinate communications, handle logistics, and perform countless other tasks that keep operations on track. And whereas originally known as National Secretaries Day, the observance was broadened in 2000. Did that repeat? It's the same paragraph. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Forest Park governing body hereby proclaims April 22nd, 2026 as Administrative Professionals Day in the great city of Forest Park, in witness whereof we have hereunto set our hand on this 20th day of April 2026 and have caused the official seal of the great city of Forest Park to be affixed hereto. No.
Got us working.
I'm not gonna have any breath left. Yeah. Started reading, I said, I think I just read this. All right, here we go.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Hold on.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, please.
Thank you for doing this. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. Whereas the Clayton County Utility Coordinating Committee, UCC, has partnered with Georgia 811 to promote National Safe Digging Month each April to coincide with the onset of peak digging season. The initiative was designed to heighten awareness of the National 811 notification system. And whereas thousands of times each year, the underground infrastructure in Georgia is damaged by those who do not have underground lines located prior to digging, resulting in service interruption, environmental damage, and threat to public safety. And whereas in 2005, the Federal Communications Commission designated 811 to provide contractors and homeowners with a simple number to contact utility operators to request the location of underground lines at the intended dig site. And whereas the Clayton County Utility Coordinating Committee, a stakeholder-driven organization dedicated to the prevention of damage to underground utilities in Georgia, promotes the National 811 notification system and Georgia 811 in an effort to reduce these damages. And whereas the Clayton County UCC appreciates the ongoing support of the City of Forest Park in local utility coordinating efforts and to recognize the importance of contacting 811 before digging. And whereas damage prevention is a shared responsibility by using safe digging practices, homeowners, landscapers, and professional excavators are all encouraged to contact Georgia 811, either online or www.georgia811.com or by dialing 811 at least 3 business days prior to digging. Now, therefore, the Forest Park governing body hereby proclaims April 2026 as Forest Park City Safe Digging Month. And we encourage contractors and homeowners throughout Forest Park, Georgia, to always contact 811 before digging. Safe digging is no accident. In the witness whereof we have hereunto set our hand on this 20th day of April 2026, and have caused the official seal of the great city of Forest Park to be affixed hereto.
Yeah. Yeah. Three may one. Appreciate you.
Yeah, check next time. Thank you.
The history of digging.
Massive broke.
Water now. Thank you. Very nice. Next, we'll have the approval of minutes. Are there any recommended changes to the minutes by the governing body? That's for council approval of the special call meeting minutes, January 28, 2026, the amended meeting minutes for February 2nd, 2026, work session meeting minutes for April 6, 2026, and the regular session meeting minutes for April 6, 2026.
I make a motion that we approve all.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. And we will move on to public comments. Before we that, I would like to recognize that Judge Aaron Mason, our Superior Court Judge of Clayton County, is in the audience. Thank you for being here, Judge Mason. Okay. Madam Clerk, please read the rules of procedures and decorum.
Section 2.17, Rules of Procedure and Decorum. Comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes per speaker, 21 minutes allotted in total. Members of the public are not allowed to participate in any debate or discussion conducted by the governing body members. All public comments must be limited to matters on the agenda or over which the governing body has jurisdiction. Matters outside of the jurisdiction of the governing body include, but are not limited to, personnel matters such as disciplinary proceedings, grievances, evaluations, and pending appeals. Personnel matters are administrative in nature and shall be addressed via the city's established administrative policies and procedures. Each speaker must maintain a decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon members of the governing body or employees, shouting and using obscene language. All questions and comments shall be directed to the presiding officer. Members of the governing body may respond to the comments during their closing comments if they desire. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. First public comment will be coming from Ms. Janet Robinson.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am from the Forest Park, what's my neighborhood? Crown River neighborhood. We've had some bombings at Fort Gillem, and it has been affecting our homes with cracks, holes, separations on the walls, on the outside, interior and exterior. In the back of my home itself, I don't want to give the actual address, but on the back of my home itself, it has a large sinkhole, larger than to bury someone. And I need someone to please take care of that. I am a veteran. And we in places like this, homes like this, that's deteriorating on us. I don't have the extra funds to put it back together. And then when we hear from outsiders, the way they're saying it's normal wear and tear. It's not normal wear and tear. It is actually the bombs that were going on Fort Gillem. Did I use up my 3 minutes? Continue. Continue. Well, I have people from my area that's here to also speak, so I'm gonna let them come up and speak also. But for right now, it's hurtful on us that lives in that area, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. Okay, well, thank you for listening to me, and y'all have a great evening.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your comments. The next person is Melissa Cooper.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm gonna piggyback on my neighbor. I also live in the subdivision. She live in Crown River subdivision. Also, the same neighborhood that, the person that was just speaking. And so I just want to reiterate on some of the stuff that she talked about. Okay, I've lived in this neighborhood for over 18 years. So when I first bought in an area, I never had this much damage done to my house. The structural damage it appears to be caused by the black that's affecting the Forest Park area, even our neighborhood that our kids attend. And I'm not sure if we have any teachers or principals in that area, but I'm sure this blasting is definitely affecting the playgrounds, the structure of the building. Okay, the damage that I have observed include separation within the structure of my home and other homes in our neighborhood. I also have pictures. This includes visibly shifting separation of the structure's components, which is affecting the integrity and stability of our home. And when I mean by that, if you look outside our homes, the panels of our homes, we have lines in them, but they're spreading apart. They're not together. You can't put them back together because it's the structure of the home. So it separates. Based on the time and the nature of the damage, it is believed that the blasting in the surrounding area is the direct cause of these structures. Photographic evidence has been documented showing the condition of the property and the extent of the damages. Along with my home, my upstairs area, the bay area of my home, is just completely cracked. So you can't really put anything up because it knocks the pictures off the wall when they are done blasting. My concrete, which I just recently, last year, had to replace, is cracked again. So I don't think I should be responsible for somebody else's doing. The next thing I have, for my neighbor's house, she was not able to do here. Her whole panel has fell off the side of her house at this point. And she's an elderly person, so of course I look out for her a lot. Just basically the roof damages in our areas, the roofs are coming up off. What are they called? The shields are falling. The house, the way it's built, it's lifted off the house. The top of the part is lifted off. It's not even directly holding on. It's just there. So really, if we have a real bad storm, I just know one day eventually it's gonna just come apart. So my complaint is, what are we gonna actually do about the blasting in the area? I've done a lot of research, and I know a lot of. Okay.
Ms. Cooper, I just want to ask, what's the address of that neighbor that you said that couldn't be here, the elderly neighbor?
Address?
Do you know her house address?
Yeah, it's on the 872. It's on Price Street in Treasure Court.
Okay.
So if you come in that area, we're to the left. Their house is to the right of me. I'm on both sides. It's just that throughout this whole circle.
Thank you. Next person is Mr. Clifford Pellegrin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to point out the irony. We celebrated Call Before You Dig proclamation here tonight. Wish we could have called it Call Before You Blast. We're in the middle of hearing from some folks whose properties have been affected by nonstop artillery bombardment during the month of February and into the month of March. We're talking about 2 to 3 explosions a day, 2 to 3 times a week over a 6-week period of time. These folks are telling you that they've reached out to the blasting company and they're being told, oh, that's normal wear and tear. Normal wear and tear does not include explosions 3 to 4 times a week. I mean, I'm not a seismologist or a or a sonogrammist, all right? But I know that explosions of that magnitude in that proximity gotta do something to someone's foundation. I've seen cracks. I've seen pictures of cracks and buckles, sidewalks, front porches. All right. This is our data center. We're excited about it, right? The only thing that this economic development program is bringing together is these neighbors who are gathering together and saying, this is happening to your house? Did you hear that? What's going on? Oh my God, look at your door frame. Mine's doing the same thing. It's bringing neighbors together. Happy Safe Digging Day.
Thank you, sir. Miss Ann Pellegrin?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Someone commented on social media recently about the beautiful photography on the city's page. It was indeed a wise choice to spotlight beautiful photography to sell your product, our city. It creates a one-sided yet colorful depiction of what is actually the exploitation of our beautifully diverse people who are in need of many things other than photo opportunities. Speaking of optics, the URA is planning a second town hall regarding the data center. I ask that as you move forward with this endeavor, all gaslighting language, such as plans to, quote, dispel myths and rumors, end quote, be changed. Instead, you should say you'll be providing answers and transparency. I understand the city is also planning to add a data center facts page to their website. Unless this page will include the repeatedly requested environmental data, it's merely just more gaslighting. I've also discovered a document pertaining to the URA's Project Splash Part 2. It seems the city has requested a 25-foot variance encroachment of state water buffers, and this was submitted for public notice to the Environmental Protection Watershed Protection Branch. This public notice was buried in a governmental website and was active for public input between February 24th and March 25th, 2026. Was anyone in the public made aware of this notice? No, they were not. This is not a myth. This is not a rumor. Wednesday, I received an email about my records request portion regarding emails and memos that were related to the data center. I was informed 45,000 items were identified. 2,500 construction and blasting complaints, 1,049 regarding water, 1,858 regarding power, and the remaining 40,000 were between the URA, BOC, and ARC. 45,000 emails and memos, yet no public notice whatsoever. 45,000 regarding a deal done in secret by the URA. Why hasn't the community been allowed access to this public information? We don't need another dog and pony show with pretty pictures. We need transparency. This is our community. Why are we allowing the URA, who spoke of sonograms instead of seismographs, to make unilateral decisions with potentially severe consequences and not hold them accountable?
Thank you. It's Pamela Felder.
Good evening. I am back again. I want to touch on last week's meeting when Councilwoman James, you made a statement about the blasting company sent me a letter Yeah, they did. They denied it. They denied that my house had any damage from the blasting. Also, you stated it should not have affected my property is what they told you. That's BS. It affected a lot of people's property in that subdivision, and I'm upset about it. They told me that I would have to retain an attorney in order to get documentation of the measurements of blasting. Now, why would I need to get an attorney for that? It's not public records. That's what I was told. But I'm upset. But I'm gonna let that be. You also said take it to the next level. We plan on doing that. But we need your help as well. Not just sending me text messages, but we need your help because we didn't do this to our homes. That subdivision has over 56 homes in there. I've spoken to 12 people who actually have damage as I do, which at first I thought it was all by myself, but I found out that I was not. To Hector, thank you. Thank you for coming out to my home. Thank you for allowing us to attack you. I do apologize. It wasn't supposed to go that way. You got a chance to see some of the damages, but there was more damages to my home that we didn't get a chance to go upstairs because my neighbors came in. But I appreciate you taking out time out of your schedule to come to my house and physically put your eyes on the damage that has been done. All I'm asking is for transparency, and let's do better. We are not lying. We are not telling stories. Please look at the pictures. Please come out to our home. I have opened my home several times. I don't care. Please come look at my house. I guarantee you, if I was related to any of you up there on that board, I wouldn't be standing here today. And I'm
Thank you, Ms. Felder. Dr. Kenneth Payton.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
I'm here to invite you. I'm the CEO of the Forest Park Ministers Association, and I'm just standing tonight to invite the community to our first cleanup day on this coming Saturday, April 25th from 9:00 a.m. to 1:00 p.m. And we are proud to partner with the city of Forest Park in this endeavor. And so we ask you all to come and join us as we keep Forest Park beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Carl Evans.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Keeping with the National Beat Up City Officials Day, a lot of this happened before you came in effect, Mayor, but we've had, this city has spent tons of money on lawsuits because of improperly terminating employees and mistreatment of employees and things. And we have a bad history of that. I know a guy that worked for Public Works many years ago that hurt his back, and instead of sending him to the doctor, they fired him. So this city has a long history of mistreating people. And speaking of Public Works, they've got the lowest morale they've ever had in the 30 plus years I've lived here. And something needs to be done to correct that. I don't know why it's being allowed to continue on. The people, your bosses, want Chief Chris back. That deal was mishandled. I have decades of management experience. That was mishandled. When you have an issue like, you go through any director out here, I guarantee there's several incidents that are similar. Maybe not as all combined at one time, but a lot of that was simply because it was probably standard operating procedure where he came from and he didn't know any better. So you sit down and tell him, say, hey, this happened, maybe what you did before, this is the way we do things, don't do it again, okay? But you don't do that, and then like I said, then allow other directors to come in late and do things that and clock in like they're supposed to be getting paid. And so it's these things need to be changed. And I am so honored to be standing here surrounded by the best communications workers in the world right now. They should be recognized for their hard work because we have got the very best there is. And having, you know, these people here, having somebody that's paid for by the contractors or somebody like that saying that there shouldn't be any damage over there is like when we trusted the Army to say there's no contamination at Gillum. I mean, that everybody knows that that was a flat out lie. So we need to be doing something to stand up and protect our citizens. Thank y'all very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much. That is the last of the public comments that we received. We will move on right now to the city clerk's report.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
This week is Georgia Cities Week. It takes place beginning today, April 20th, and will go through April 25th, celebrating city governments, community achievements, and public services across the state. Georgia Cities Week is an annual statewide event organized by the Georgia Municipal Association to highlight the role of city governments and encourage civic engagement. The theme for 2026 is Love Your City, emphasizing appreciation for local services, public employees, and community achievements. The week provides residents with the opportunity to learn about the city operations, participate in events, and celebrate local successes. Here in the city of Forest Park, we will kick off Georgia Cities Week with Mayor Ellison's 100 Days in Service update, highlighting her first 100 days in office and the vision for the city of Forest Park. On Wednesday, April 22nd, the Forest Park Business Association will have a breakfast that will take place from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at 696 on Main Street. Join Janelle K. Taylor, Economic Development Specialist with the Small Business Association Georgia District, for a session helping Forest Park entrepreneurs access federal resources to grow their businesses. A complimentary breakfast will be provided. Also on April 22nd, the City of Forest Park will celebrate Administrative Professionals Day by recognizing well-deserved professionals who do a great job throughout the city. And to close out on Wednesday, April 22nd, the city's Development Authority will hold its monthly meeting at 5:30 p.m. here at City Hall in the chamber. The Development Authority Board is in place to help guide the city's economic development efforts, including property development, business attraction, and community investment. On Thursday, April 23rd, the city's Downtown Development Authority will hold its monthly meeting at 3 p.m. here at City Hall in the council chamber. The DDA board was established to assist in redevelopment and revitalization of the central business districts located in the city of Forest Park, and they play a key role in supporting economic growth and development initiatives that benefit the community. On Saturday, April 25th, the Parks and Recreation Department will host the Autism Walk and Inclusion Festival at 10 a.m. at the Elaine Corley Recreation Center. Also on Saturday, April 25th, we will close out Georgia Cities Week here in the city of Forest Park with Selena Day from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Fountain on Main Street with live music, food trucks, bounce houses, and a Selena lookalike contest. Please check out our website, Facebook, and other social media outlets for more details and information. And please review the information regarding the street closures for the Autism Walk and for Selena Day. In addition to all of those activities during Georgia Cities Week, I wanted everyone to know that early advance voting will begin on Monday, April 27th and go through Friday, May 15th. Voting hours will be Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. The City of Forest Park location for early voting will be the Senior Center at 5087 Park Avenue here in Forest Park. However, during early advance voting, you can vote through many locations throughout Clayton County. Please visit our website to see those locations. But remember that on Election Day, May 19th, you can only vote at your regular assigned polling location. Visit My Voter page to get your voting location information or contact the Clayton County's Elections Office for more information. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We will now have the city manager's report. All right, Director Brown.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. For tonight's city manager's report on behalf of interim city manager Latasha Clemens, we have Deputy Chief Smith, who will be recognizing his staff in observance of National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
So I'm Andreas Smith, Deputy Chief of the Police Department here in the city of Forest Park. And so in honor of National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, I'm honored to be here this evening to recognize the 911 dispatchers, an exceptional group of professionals within our police department, along with their supervisor, Ms. Jennifer Johnson. While their role is often done behind the scenes, it is critical in safety. Their roles are critical in our community for safety reasons. Their professionalism, composure, dedication does not go unnoticed, and we are grateful for the roles they play every day. And so at this time, I would like for my communications dispatcher to stand, and Ms. Johnson is going to provide some details for the team.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and City Council members. So last week, we celebrated National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. It's always held the second full week in April. This celebrates the hard work and dedication of our 911 dispatchers. Our dispatchers are the calm voice in the moment of crisis, the critical link between community and responders, and the unseen heroes who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the safety of our citizens, police officers, fire, and EMS personnel. Every call for service starts with 911. We are fortunate here in Forest Park to have a fully staffed 911 center with 12 dispatchers and myself. This group brings an incredible 145 years of combined 911 experience to serve our citizens every day. In the past year, all of our 911 personnel received specialized training for crisis response, so they are better able to handle callers that are in crisis. You may see some of the photos up here showing some of our team members wearing a crown. Our Dispatch Crown of Excellence is awarded weekly to the dispatcher that has the best call statistics for the previous week. We started this acknowledgement in August of last year and have had 6 different winners so far. Most importantly, they have worked individually and as a team to improve our overall numbers to make us one of the most efficient 911 centers in the metro area. When Mr. Carl said that we were the best, he wasn't lying. The faster that they answer the phone, the faster they put a call into CAD, the faster they dispatch the call to the appropriate police, fire, or EMS unit, the faster assistance can get to our citizens. The national standard for answering 911 is to answer within 15 seconds, 90% of the time. Our 911 center maintains an average of answering 911 within 10 seconds, 98% of the time, shattering that national average. Seconds count in emergencies, and our dispatchers proudly answer 911 in less than 3 seconds on average. Our average time to enter a call into CAD is around 45 seconds. And the national standard for dispatching is to dispatch 90% of the calls within 1 minute. We currently have an average dispatch time between 1 minute and 15 seconds and 1 minute and 30 seconds. And they're working daily and weekly to improve those numbers to reach that national standard. This is about half of my team here. We have 3 out sick. The other 3 are working 911 currently, but they are truly the first responders.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We really do. What excellent statistics as well.
Madam Mayor, this concludes the city manager's report.
Okay. Thank you. Next up is me. We'll have the mayor's update. That's my theme song playing behind the video, the PowerPoint. A vision for our future, 100 days of progress. We want Forest Park to be a city where every neighborhood feels secure, the economy is on the rise, and our young people can envision a bright future without leaving home. A city that respects its past while confidently shaping what comes next. We are partnering with developers to ensure growth serves all residents. We will strengthen infrastructure, champion local businesses, and guide development that uplifts the entire community. A blueprint for every resident. Starting in childhood, we have a literacy pipeline, Little Roots, and you'll get explanation on some of those as we go through the slides. Adolescents, Youth Council, Civil Rights Tour, Young Adult, 16 through 24, Adulthood, Business Incubator, Housing Initiatives, and the Legacy, our seniors and our veterans. From the beginning, this is what I look like. After 100 days, this is how I feel. But it has been a fun challenge. We'll talk about our youth. I've launched the Mayor's Reading Club. It's called Little Roots. It means reading opens opportunities to success. And what we are targeting our intervention for our third graders at Forest Park Elementary Schools. I've been visiting several schools and reading to the third graders. And some of you might wonder why third grade. Well, there are some key data points because of why we target the third grade groups. Students not reading proficiently by third grade are 4 times more likely to drop out of school. 16% of students not reading at grade level by third grade fail to graduate, compared to 4% by proficient readers. And recent studies are showing a correlation of not reading by third grade to a higher percentage of incarceration. So those are very key points, and there are several studies and research out there to pinpoint why we're doing this and why we're targeting that third grade level, because we've got to make sure that they're on point before they go any further. The literacy pipeline, we are working on a literacy project. Fountain Elementary is partnering with a nonprofit that I work with as well on this program. They're going to be providing curriculum, facilitators, parent engagement activities. They're going to be tracking the participation and progress and submitting reports. This group has done this in several school communities and been very successful. And that's going to help our kids develop social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision-making, and improve their academic performance. And once we're successful at Fountain, then we'll be moving on to some other of the elementary schools in Forest Park. Cultivating our next generation of civic leaders. I sponsored a couple of students to the A.D. King Foundation Civil Rights Tour to Birmingham and Selma this year. It was a very educational and eye-opening trip for those young ladies. They got to see the school, the church where the 4 little girls were killed in the bombing in 1963, which really was the turning point of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And they also went to the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, where the date was, it was called Bloody Sunday, when troopers attacked 600 peaceful marchers. They were marching for voting rights, and they were attacked, and Fortunately, it was aired on ABC. And that because they were aired, the whole nation got to see what was happening in real life. And that triggered the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The establishment of the Youth Council, the first meeting was March 24th, 26th, and it's spearheaded by Councilmember Andres and constituent aide Andre Henry. These kids are so excited, and we want to keep them excited. They had many, many questions, and we are just so excited to have them be willing to be on the Youth Council. But get ready, they are pretty sharp kids, and I believe we have a meeting sometime this week. Council. Yeah. There's another meeting this week to engage them. There's been a grant submitted for a comprehensive mentoring and summer work program for ages 16 to 24. We are collaborating with a third-party firm to expand opportunities for youth engagement through additional activities. So that should be, we're pinpointing that to start, of course, next summer, but the mentoring program will actually be for 10 months. For our legacy residents, revitalizing the senior experience. Thank you, Director Tariq Maxwell. We appreciate you being the leader over this senior center. Kudos to Miss Ann Foster, who is the program coordinator. She has the seniors so busy, they are getting tired. Some of the activities they don't want to participate in because they are so busy. But we are happy to see that because they have really turned the senior center around. I get their calendar every month and I attend their activities pretty frequently. So we are having a lot of fun. We had, of course, Black History Month. We had birthday celebrations. They're just having everything. They're going on trips. They're doing a lot of fun stuff. And what we're trying to do, the next slide, we want to reach every legacy resident wherever they reside. So those who do not come to the senior center, we want to, at least me, I want to engage with them in their homes. So I'll be knocking on some doors. I already have, but I'll be knocking on some more doors. So you seniors out there, get ready. Please open the door for me. We schedule meetings actively occurring, and they are very active with the senior living facilities. I am meeting with Forest Station and the other senior facilities very soon. I'm meeting with Forest Station this week, and I have plans to meet with Ashland as well, those two locations, so that we can talk with those seniors. A lot of them have accosted me in the hallways, so they want to see me, and I'm going to be there. Like I said, there are frequent senior center activities. One of the initiatives I'm working on is a new low-cost fresh fruit and vegetable produce delivery system. I'm working with Cold Storage Atlanta and another entity to try to put some things together so that those people who cannot get out to get their fresh fruit and vegetables, and those who don't want to just go, we're going to have some low-cost fruit produce boxes for them, and we will be delivering them to senior center, and whoever signs up, we will be delivered to their home. So we're still working on that, and we should hope to have it implemented by summer. For my veterans, most of you know I'm a widow of a Vietnam vet, and veterans are very dear to my heart as well. So we are honoring those who serve through direct action and vital partnerships. We partner with VetVest. They unite vets through community events, and that's Mr. Leonard Morgan, who is the head of that organization. And Mr. Paul Bunch, he has become the mascot for every event with his military decorated truck. He's a great guy. And he has a lot of conversation. Hard to get away from him. And we are having a veterans brunch and claims clinic on May 20th, 2026 at the community center at 696 Main Street. So any of you who know veterans, we're going to be sending some flyers out. But while you're here, if you know a veteran in Forest Park, they are welcome to come. It's going to be very inclusive. We're going to have a claims clinic. It's going to include someone to help you with the claims, to start your claims. They are certified to do all that paperwork and offer you and maybe show you some resources that you aren't aware of. So they will be there with ready and waiting for you to come and ask your questions. And we'll have food as well. So come and eat and get some good information as well. This is the company that will be sponsoring the claims clinic, and we're building a partnership with them. They're called DSP2 Waypoint, and it means Discovering Soldiers' Potential the Second Time Around. And Miss Sandra Brownlee heads this organization, and she's, I think she spent 30-something years in the military. And when she got out, she didn't have any guidance. And I think that's what most of them experience, is that they tell you they have all these things for us, but nobody knows where to go. And she is the person that's filling that gap. And she is like a one-stop shop, and she can give you so much information about what's available, because she had to figure it out for herself. And she started getting people asking her, how did you do it? And so she'd get more and more people, and she ended up starting this nonprofit, and she's helping a lot of veterans and their families. Business and development. We're building an accessible, responsive economic ecosystem. Of course, we have the structured quarterly Forest Park Business Association breakfasts. Of course, we have one coming up this week as well on Wednesday. Direct contact. I'm doing impromptu on-site visits with local business owners. And the social piece, I have some meet and greet business opportunities. We had the beignets and brew, and a lot of business leaders came. We didn't have seats, so everybody had to stand around and talk with each other. So it was very, very interactive and very nice. We enjoyed that a lot, and they seemed to enjoy it as well. Those are the type of things that I plan to do and continue doing while we are trying to build our businesses and help them grow their business.
Insurance all seems the same until it's time to
Project
use it.
Grapevine,
USAA
some of you saw it. We did have the groundbreaking on March 6th. And we hope this future facility is going to be very well used. The estimated completion is sometime this fall. It's going to be a food incubator, and that's going to support caterers, food entrepreneurs. It offers restaurant space, coffee shop, and a small event stage, flexible offices, a commercial kitchen, which is going to be especially good for those, especially those who own food trucks, to come in and use the commercial kitchen to prepare their food and go out and sell some food. But I think it's going to be a very good place to congregate. So we are excited about that and ready to get started and ready to go sit at the Grapevine. The new city center and Star Park renovations. I know people have been waiting on this for a long time, and we are actually going to make it move this time. We have broken it up into phases. Phase 1 will be the recreation facility. It's currently in design, and simultaneously we will be working on Star Park renovations at the same time. Those renovations are supposed to begin this fall as well. You guys gonna love it. Well, can't wait till we can release the design to you so that you can see how beautiful it's going to be. There will be a commercial size indoor pool in there, a couple of basketball courts, weight rooms. It's 2-story, and it will have event hall for you to rent out as well, and several open spaces where you can actually, like, if you want to have a dance studio to practice in, you can do that. So there's going to be so many amenities. I think you're really going to enjoy that recreation center even more than we do now. A lot of things to offer. As far as community engagement, I've been a little busy. Been doing a lot of speaking engagements. I was at Head Start, Forest Park High School Black Student Union, Coffee with a Librarian panel at the Fountain, alumni breakfast, and I'll be doing the Forest Park Baccalaureate. Also was attended the annual MLK breakfast and the MLK Ecumenical Service in Jonesboro. Ministers Association, of course, I attend as many of those meetings as I can as well. Gateway had a panel discussion about slavery, and I was on that panel. We had a gubernatorial forum. Some of the gubernatorial candidates came to Living Faith, and we were handling that program as well. That picture on the back, that picture on the left, that group of young ladies, they are from Ladies of Favor. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Ladies of Favor. It's a private school for girls, and it's in Forest Park. And this picture is from the She Matters Teen Conference. And teens from all over sign up for it. And it's Dr. Starr is doing a phenomenal job with these girls. And it's just amazing, some of the things that they're doing. I attended one of their, I attended this as well, the teen conference, but they had what they called the Wax Museum. And each girl was supposed to be, they selected a celebrity or some person, renowned person to be, and they dressed like them and everything. And they did a report, had displays, everything that they liked. And they just stood there like a statue. And when you walk up to them, then they start talking. And they were so confident. I mean, these kids were like from 5 up to 13. And those 5-year-olds, it was amazing. One little girl was Alex Whitler, the lady on Channel 5 News, one of the commentators. And when she started talking, she couldn't stop. It was just amazing. And I said she needed to send that to Alex so that she can play it on Channel 5. But amazing what they're doing with these girls. And I have to give her kudos because she has done a phenomenal job. And this past weekend, I was at the Clayton State University judging a pageant, the Old Gold and Black pageant put on by the Alpha Phi Alphas. And it was a great event this weekend. Of course, there's my seniors. I love them. Next slide. Well, we had our first town hall, and we had over 250 people. It was wonderful. It was so good to hear from everyone. People submitted questions, and I tried to answer as best I could. We did have a live interactive polling, and it worked really well because people were able to just submit their questions and submit their answers, and we were able to talk about what they thought about it. So it was I believe it was very successful. I feel that. Afterwards, we had a food giveaway and there was plenty of food for everyone to take away. We even had some left over. That's how much food that was given to us. And that was with partnership with Gateway Restoration, the Rock Church, and Cold Storage Atlanta helped provide that and set up. Those volunteers were amazing that was working that food line. And of course, we had some ribbon cuttings. Forest Park High School softball and baseball field, they had ribbon cuttings on February 9th. And those fields look great. I think Mr. Pellegrin can attest to that because they were horrible before. They were just old. They worked, but they've got quite a baseball team there. Huey Elementary School opened their school-based clinic, and the clinic is actually inside the school. If you guys haven't stopped by there to visit, you should visit because it's great what they're doing there. That way the kids can get treated and parents can get treated if they want to come to the school, because it is a clinic, but it's based inside the school and it's going to help that community over there. And hopefully it's going to reduce some of the illnesses. The kids can come in and get checked and maybe they can go back to class if they're faking. Shoe Trend was a store opening over in one of the shopping areas. And we did a ribbon cutting there when they opened. And I also attended the Junior Achievement Delta Discovery Center. And that was amazing. Junior Achievement has come a long way since I was in school. But that facility is located at the new arena in Morrow. And it has a BizTown, what they call a BizTown, and it's for the sixth graders. And they actually interact in a simulated economy and take on the challenges of starting and running a business. So they're teaching them all that. And these buildings are set up where, for example, I'm going to use Chick-fil-A because those are our guys, but they do have a Chick-fil-A and they can go in there and be the person that you greet, the person that serves, or the business owner themselves, and it teaches them how to do all of those things. And then they have a finance park where they handle household budgets, teach you all of that and learn about personal finance. Then they have also Delta has built what we call a Dream Accelerator. And it's just amazing. It's basically they go in with their laptop and they scan the QR code. And if they want to be, for example, something with food, we'll just say something with food. Well, what this takes them to is ask them what kind of questions. What do you want? Do you want to serve food? Do you want to sell food? Do you want to open a restaurant? Do you want to do this? And it makes them think about all the different opportunities. But of course, it throws out probably 200 different occupations for that particular idea. And it gives them more things to explore with their careers. So this is, if you ever get a chance to go there, they open at 9, I believe, in the morning, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday. And go to that accelerator. I'm sure that the instructors there would be happy to have some volunteers. Well, where do we go from here? The future is Forest Park. We are growing. MARTA operations and maintenance facility is, at least they have broken ground. They've torn down those buildings that they've taken over that property. So the construction should be starting soon. I think they're waiting on some things from the water company and some other outside companies so that they can continue. And hopefully those jobs will be coming very soon once they can actually start doing the construction. So as soon as that happens, we will be notifying our residents and our businesses that this is happening and you need to get over there so we can apply for some jobs and get paid. We are in active collaboration with developers on new housing initiatives. I personally have been meeting with some developers and taking them around on tours of our city, just showing them how our city looks and giving them ideas, and they're getting ideas of things they want to do. And discussions are in progress, and I believe we're going to be able to move forward with something you will be able to see very soon. Building boldly for Forest Parks tomorrow. We honor our history. We prioritize inclusive growth. We expand opportunity. Together, we are building a city where every resident can see their future. And that's what I want us to see. Thank you so much, Forest Park. I appreciate everything you do. The comments are, it doesn't matter if they're negative or positive, it does not matter, because that's how we grow. That's how we improve, and how we need to respond to you. We will respond to you, and we will work with you to try to make things right. God bless you, and thank you. Okay, we have new business. Council discussion and action to reappoint or appoint a city representative to the Clayton County Land Bank Board. Is there a motion?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we reappoint Ms. Savannah Irons Kamasa to this board.
Second.
It's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. The next item is council consideration to approve amphitheater facility requests for the 4th annual Jam for Peace.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve this Jam for Peace with the necessary things that we already put in place. I don't know how to put it, but
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Motion carries. It's approved. Council consideration to approve the 696 Main Street facility for the Toastmasters Club.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve this for a 6-month testing period.
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 6 months. And council consideration to approve surplus items list for the Economic Development Department.
I make a motion we approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Got a
Okay.
point on it, Mayor.
Yes.
They're gonna give, publicize I understand they won't sell, rummage sell most of the stuff they got on the liquidation list. They're gonna publish price list.
I believe that's a normal practice. Once they decide they're gonna sell, Public Works would have to do that. would they
It
not?
will be posted online on GovDeals. It's advertised and it's listed. So people, it's almost like eBay, but for government property.
I want some of the items, I just want to know how to go back trying to get. I need a refrigerator.
So they'll be on GovDeal, but I think his question was, will we post anything to let people know they're out there? Is anything known with posted? It's just gonna go out on GovDeal?
This finance can share a link to GovDeals once everything's uploaded, but it's going to be posted directly to GovDeals. So that would be the notice.
And maybe while and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but previously with certain things, employees were given the opportunity to purchase those items first. Is that something that's gonna take place?
That's currently not in city policy. First is to do the auction, and then would be either destruction or donation if there are no takers.
So we broke the policy previously.
I don't know what the prior policy is, but this is the current policy.
Director Wiggins?
Um,
Were you-
Attorney Metcalf is correct. What we can do, we can, once they go back and talk to procurement, we'll see how we can, get to that point. But, the normal process is once we get the, list and put it on, first thing is to put it on GovDeal and see what we can get from that. If not, things from that, we can't, sell on that, from GovDeal, we will have to destroy, but then we can probably take a look at the policy again to see if we can do another round and see if we're gonna throw it away. Let y'all know, y'all tell us what we need to do. We'll get to that point.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
That answered your question?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we'll have the closing comments by governing body. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Mears.
Well, I'm glad to see everybody here and, I'm glad that we, brought out our, responders or the people that help us with the fire and we call. We need that. They're good people. We got a wonderful fire and police department. I've been in Forest Park a long time and it's come a long ways since then to what it is now. And I think that we all ought to be grateful that we have got the type of service in this city that we have. And I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Hope you got enlightened and lit up about something. And thank you.
All right. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I want to remind everyone that the ward meeting is every third Thursday of the month. We did have one just passed. Want to thank all of our, I'll call them subject matter experts that shared information. We got some great information from fire on their responses and the things that they've taken care of. Great responses from our police department and code compliance, certain things that we need to make sure we're taking care of within our ward. And so just want to thank everyone for participating in that. And as a reminder, during our ward meeting, that meeting will be out on the website. But we wanted to remind all of our students and our families that April 27th through May 1st is the Georgia Milestone Assessment testing. Every department graciously indulged me with reminding parents of that. That attendance is very important. So if you do have family, make sure you're taking care of that. I want to also address the Gillum Logistics Center. I really appreciate the comments that were made by the residents that came up. And you are doing the right thing. Safety, there is safety in numbers. So if you are being affected by anything that's going on, I want to make sure I reiterate the drilling company contact information that I was given. Main Drilling and Blasting Incorporated. Those are the folks that begun the blasting work. Want to remind you that the property was sold. It is no longer a city property, but it is a city issue because it's a city, because you are part of our residents. So as far as what I can do as a elected official, it's not much because it's a private entity, but we do have some things that we put in place when we sold the property. I'm trying to find my notes here. Let me pull it up real quick. And one of those things is a community benefits agreement that we are working toward. It's an active document on things that we want to for the data center that is going to be coming to comply with. But one of the things I will say about Digital Realty Company, which is the company that ultimately purchased the property, they are the largest buyer of renewable energy among data providers. They are 100% in their North American business, renewable energy. They are certified. They have certified more green buildings. They are a LEED certified, which means I wrote it down so I could. It means that they are the leadership in energy and environmental design. Digital Realty is a Energy Star certified data center. They are a enterprise data center, and they will be using renewable water. They own their own power stations. They have a closed loop system design, which they're using evaporated cooling system. So long story short, this um, town hall meeting that was held in July 2nd, 2022, outlined some of the things that they are doing for the community, and also want to reiterate that on March 2024, they did meet with Clayton County Water Authority, and Georgia Power Site Control Affidavit was issued in January 2025. So as far as maybe any concerns about water and any concerns about power, it's already been vetted by the people that we get our water and our power from. So those are just some things that you should keep in mind. But as far as the blasting and things that are going on, like I said, there is safety in numbers. And so the appropriate the appropriate people you need to make sure you continue to reach out to is Maine Drilling and Blasting Incorporated. Again, those are the ones that are that were contracted by the buyer to conduct the blasting. And thank you. Well, I understand that, and okay, thank you. And there's also a contact person that you can reach out to. It is Chris Scott, and I'll leave his number, which is 603.
We got it.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And then he has an email address as well. So what I'm telling you is that those are the people that you have to continue to make your contact with. And there's numbers. You all have numbers. So at last communication that when I spoke with Mr. Tyler, who we sold the property to, Mr. Tyler said, I'm on it, I'll check into it. And when he did check into it, he told me that there was only one response. And he told me that the investigations that they did not show that it made, I'm the messenger, okay? Did not show that it was the damage caused by the blasting. However, as I stated before, there is safety in numbers. You all get together, y'all do what y'all have to do to bombard this company if you all have been affected by that. In fact, I wish we could get the community in Forest Park to bombard Hartsfield-Jackson when they built that 6th runway. When all the airplanes are shaking our houses and tearing up our windows and things of that nature. If we can come together on that too, maybe we can get some work with Delta done as well. But my point is, make sure you go to the right people to get it done. Okay. And then what else I was going to say? Oh, I want to thank, of course, the 911 team and everything that you all did. Thank you, Clerk Holiday, for acknowledging autism, and our secretary, our strong secretaries, and our administrative executive, and reiterating the 811 system. We appreciate that. So again, I don't want to take it lightly of what you all may be affecting in your homes. I'm just not the right person that could help you. If any way I could help on the legal side, Attorney McIntyre can let me know. But we want to make sure you get to the right people and bombard them with your numbers. You all have a great evening.
And we make a call to Mr. Chris Scott from the city.
So we can contact them. it is a private company, and so the city can only do so much within its own powers because giving money to the public, there's got to be substantial benefit in return. So if we were paying for these type of investigators to go out, that would be a gratuity, and so we would not be able to do that under Georgia law. However, we can utilize our resources to try to reach out to that company as well as Digital Realty and make this a key component of the community benefits agreement that's being negotiated. I think we'll be able to work something in there, and I'll be adding it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. So thank you again for coming out. Mayor, shout out to you. That report was beautiful. I like how you hit every age group and you really have been busy. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Digging Day. I feel like I got the history of digging with 811. So that was cool. My Pilates class is still happening, y'all. It's not mine. I really for the community. I went one time and tried it and it's just not for me. So I hope you guys can enjoy it. But because of the Pilates class that I added, I ran short on my budget for the Selena Day event. So I want to thank publicly Councilwoman Gunn, Councilwoman Wells, and the mayor for helping me be able to accomplish the event. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think bringing these cultural events, I think, is important for the community so everybody feels included. So thank you all for that. Yeah, the first responders also, I don't know if I told y'all the story when I was in Atlanta driving somewhere and somebody was upside down. And the only reason I called 911 because their bottom was out. So they were just there. So I called 911 scared that that person wasn't, alive or something. And I got put on hold. So I guess I'm spoiled here with our 911 people, but I got put on hold and it was like almost 5 minutes. So I just hung up. Because at that point I didn't even know what street it was on. I figured they would answer like our people answer, but you really don't appreciate our 911 or even our first responders until you need them. So thank you very much for what you all do. So our Adopt the Road program has gotten some traction. So I'm really excited about that because it takes you all, the community, to take pride in our spaces. So thank you for responding this way. We're going to see a lot more of them out there. I'm actually working on interpreting it right now because I had two Spanish-speaking churches that wanted to do it. So I'm hoping more traction builds to it, and we just, it's contagious. I want to address the people that came out affected by the Gillum blasting. I'm just, I'm really just disappointed in the responses you got. I went to Miss Felder's home. It was beautiful. And she just has her house extremely clean. All those cracks and those things are out of place. Like, it's just not something she would naturally have there. And the response that they gave of it just shifting, it's kind of like, trying to be arrogant and saying, you take it to the next level. Or if you have the money, then we might even acknowledge you. So I guess if the city, on my personal level, I really do want to act. I texted two attorneys right now to see what they could do or if they would be willing to take on something like this. And one of them said he didn't, but he was going to find out somebody who did do it, and the other one didn't. But from my personal standpoint, I hate, bullies, or I don't like people like that. Even though it is a private property, you're not just going to do whatever you want in our community. And yeah, that's that. I'm a little upset about that, but it is what it is, and we'll get there when, just please include me in anything you do. The more attention we bring to it, like the councilwoman said, they'll be pressured into doing something. So we don't have to put up with this. They can't just come to us, our neighborhoods and just do what they want and just affect people's homes. And as homeowners, we want more homeowners. And so we got to be willing to step up and stick up for them when things like this happen. Lastly, my Selena Day, an idea that started from one of my old students here at Unidos. Just a time to celebrate, come out and eat good food. There's a look-alike contest, there's karaoke. We're hosting a little watch party for Atlanta United. I'm a hopeless Atlanta team follower, like my buddy Mr. Finch, who would want me to fight right now for the Atlanta teams. He would want me to stick up for them, even though they're not performing well, which is not surprising either. But I'm already committed to them, so that's that. But thank you everybody for coming out. I share the mayor's testimony about the public comments. Let us know so we can address them, and we want to get build that transparency back up. Sometimes one little bad thing can just make cherish something. It's like when you're building a house of cards and you mess up one, that all falls. I really want us to be known for transparency and not something else. So we're trying. So thank you everybody, and have a good evening.
Thank you. It don't matter. You good? It don't matter.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. To the residents. I've looked at some of the pictures that was sent to me, and I forgot your name, but I just want to come out and set up a time to connect with you. I stayed in the city of Douglasville, and I literally had to relocate because of blasting that had taken place. Literally the cracks. So I understand. Wasn't a homeowner, but I had invested my children into a community for schooling when we had to relocate. And so there is something that can be done. I know good googly moogly, whole city, whole diocese. And even though this company is here and we are going to be getting all this money, I think the first priority really needs to be addressed in the damages that have been done. I can't imagine. I'm looking at your house and I'm looking at new pavement. That's not old concrete I'm seeing that was poured. And so I'm looking at cracks. I'm looking at separation. And so we know you're not lying. And now you got multiple people coming in. One of the things I do know, there is strength in numbers, seriously. I wish I don't know how we're going to do Matricardi. I don't know. I'm hearing what you're saying, but we need to get an audience to some capacity with them to address this. Because they gonna get a little cheddar, we gonna get a little cheddar. But what happens to these residents that have paid a price that's beyond measurable in what has taken place? So I know all of us up here collectively would not want anybody to be enduring and continuously to go through this. So I really want to jump in the midst of and seeing how do we navigate and move through this, but it's going to take us collectively coming together. It is about us unifying. And now I've seen it. I laid my eyes on it. I know you're frustrated. I know you're tired of this. This is an investment you have done for your future, potentially your legacy. So my concerns are with you as a elected official here. You're not in my ward, but we are residents one to another and stuff. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, you guys. I think collectively all of us come together, get our heads together and sharpen each other. So my sincere heartfelt understanding. And I want to I don't know how, you guys. We got a name, we got a company, some letters. The officials up here bombarding with emails and letters. I don't know. But I'm willing for us to sit down and come and try to figure out how to maneuver and navigate. Okay. Awesome. We hear you. I hear you. I also want to congratulate Babb Middle School of Clayton County, Georgia football team, which is being stated and celebrated as being a consistent powerhouse with notable undefeated championship winning seasons. As of February the 26th, Babb Bulldogs was crowned 2025-26 Clayton County Middle School Boys Champions with an undefeated record. They previously secured a perfect 16-0 season in the early 2020s. Celebrate to them. Y'all give them a hand clap. That is awesome. Basketball. I'm reading football. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is undefeated. That's awesome and representing themselves and the city. Also, shout out to Gateway Restoration Church. The food pantry is moving very productively. Our numbers really have increased. I want to continue to thank Mayor Ellison. She had a big part with our data just expanding. And so we want to see you to come out every second Monday of every month. That's between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on 4898 Phillips Drive. And we are very honored to serve. So we serve anywhere from 200 to 300 families on those on that second Monday of every month. You are invited to our Mother's Day tea party. I will not be dressing in pink. From my understanding, I have never done a tea party. It's something I just wanted to do. Never been to a tea party. So they're telling me we got to come in with our little hats and I done did the I've been on the usher board. I done had a glove or two on my hand, so I'll be able to do that. But I'm excited. This is going to take place Friday, May the 8th, 2026. That's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our Forest Park Senior Center. You guys, they are, it's limited seatings. From my understanding, it's full already? It's closed? Okay, it's closed. You was going to come with your hat and gloves on? Ah, okay, all right, all right. Well, look, we are appreciative of everybody that is participating. I'm looking forward to this, and I won't be in pink though. Good googly moogly. Next slide, please. I want to thank everybody that came in and participated with our Reentry Community Summit. Judge Mason, your team came out. They were very informative. They connected. The whole project was to not only empower our residents for them to gather information to see what we had here in our county. We have so many different extensions of helping and collaboration for our citizens that are coming back into reentry. It was very exciting. I am so grateful. We have Captain Lassiter King, who was very impactful in gathering a lot of our panel that came out. Also, I always call her Doctor, but Director Jackson, Dorothy Jackson. They came together, our team, Tanisha and Andre always are doing 110%. They really came together, our IT department, and it was, I had, at one point, I just started crying. I was trying to play it off. Thank God I had them big glasses on, was catching all my tears, and just listening to people, their story, how they have been impacted, but to know what we have in our community. Clayton County is phenomenal. You guys see that you said Georgia Department of Human Services. Good Lord Jesus. I don't want to start calling, but to every vendor that showed up, thank you for coming out and serving our community that day. It was a success. Mayor Ellison, thank you always. She's always supporting. I kept looking at the door. I know she told me she had another event. We had Representative Bruno that was in the house. And who was our state senator that showed up? Wicks. She came in, and it was just a plethora of people. And I'm looking around the room, and it was an honor just to be in the room with all those persons who were there to serve. Georgia, I better stop. I'm gonna get in trouble. I can't call the name, but I'm just so appreciative of everybody that came out. The residents that were there continue to be inspired, to be encouraged, and to know that Forest Park is here to serve. That's the last slide? That's it? Boop, boop, boop. Thank you. So you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for all that you do. All our residents, thank you for everybody that has the courage to come up and stand at that podium. All our directors, thank you for all that you do. Everybody have a safe night and a journey heading home. May God's blessings be upon you continuously.
All right. No, I just like to say to my colleagues, thank y'all for the ones that actually do something, get in the community and do things that help bring our community together and things that the community can benefit from. So I just want to say thank you for that, Mayor. Thank you so much for your presentation, and all of the things that you have done since you've been in office. I first wanted to say I thought I kind of knew they would be gone, but our dispatchers, I don't feel like we treated them fairly. We recognize teachers, we recognize other employees, but I don't feel like we recognize them properly, and they are the ones that help to save our residents' lives. And so I would like to make sure that we get a proclamation for them and that we have them come back and take the picture that they normally take. I just didn't think that was fair. And I also wanted to say thank you because my daughter had an incident into where we were just having a conversation and all of a sudden she just passed out and hit her head on the bed and she was out of it for a while. When I say they were there in seconds and officers were calling to check on her, like they are really, like you said, the first responders. And so I just want to make sure that we show them the appreciation that they deserve. Because it's definitely more than a hand clap. And so I know they're gone, but I just want to say thank you. And I want to make sure that we get that proclamation done for them. And then, with the blasting, I sympathize with you all. And I'm sorry. I piggyback off of what Councilman Gutierrez said. I'm not the one to get up and make excuses because we all have to be held accountable for the decisions that we make. And I think the help that could have come from this is to not even have a data center coming to our city, period. So we have to be proactive instead of reactive. And being proactive means, is this something that our community can benefit from? How is this going to impact our residents? And if those things weren't taken into consideration, then there's a problem. And so I appreciate you all coming up and speaking about it. I apologize again of the response that you received. And again, you have to hold everyone accountable for the decisions that we make. And Councilman Gutierrez did send the pictures to our phones. And some people may say, oh, it's in unincorporated Forest Park, and that's the slogan they have on everything, one Forest Park, right? And so just because you're in unincorporated Forest Park does not mean that we should just brush you off and have you to deal with it when someone here made the decision to have the center come into our community anyway. So I just wanted to say that as well. And out of all the things we need in the city, we need grocery stores. I don't want to go to Mount Zion every time I want to go to Publix. We need a nice sit-down restaurant. We don't need a data center. Yeah. So I'm sorry to the residents of Forest Park for the person and the people that made that decision. Thank you. Also, chat, chew, and connect with Councilwoman Wells. So I will be starting this initiative because, again, I want to make sure that my bosses, the residents of Forest Park, that their voices are heard. And so beginning June the 12th, I will be setting up in different communities and we'll have flyers come out to you and we'll just sit down and have some tea and have some chips and hot dogs or whatever you all would like to eat and just chat, chew, and connect. I would like to know what the residents of Forest Park want in our communities. I want to know what your issues are so that we can address them and not make excuses for them. So Carl Evans, the Pellegrinis, thank y'all so much for being the voice for the community. Because it takes a lot to get up and speak on holding people accountable and everything. I agree with everything that you all said, and I appreciate you for being those outspoken residents. Thank you so much. Everyone have a blessed night.
Yeah, thank you, Councilwoman Guns. You reminded me. So April 30th, the Forest Park Middle and Forest Park and Babb Middle School will be playing a spring football game at Kiwanis to see who the best middle school is. Last year, Babb won, so they kept the trophy. So this year, April 30th is a Thursday. Yeah, and then tomorrow at Forest Park Middle School, we're gonna have a food giveaway at 1 o'clock. So there'll be some fresh vegetables if anybody is interested.
I do have 2 dates I forgot to mention. May 16th is the senior caravan. So mark your calendar. We want to celebrate the class of 2026 as they parade around the city. And then April 17th, mark your calendar. It is going to be a huge event at Forest Park High School. We're going to be giving away, is it? I'm sorry, June 17th, sorry. It's $250 to $300,000 worth of free product that we're gonna give it away. We called it Gift in the Park 3 years ago. It's gonna be called Gifts at the Park again this year, Christmas in July. Oh, I'm sorry, I said June, July. Let me get my dates right. July, a flyer will be coming out soon, so you'll have the specific information, and there will be a registration process where you can sign up. But we're going to be giving away household goods, toys, kids stuff, all whatever you can think of. We'll be giving it away absolutely free. You do have to register for a window to go shop, and so we're working on that now. So mark your calendar for that. And then I did want to provide one point of clarity regarding the big rock that was at Gillum Logistics Center. It didn't matter what it was going to be there, whether it was going to be a data center or whatever. It was a rock that's there that had to go. So it was going to get blasted either way. But I just wanted to make sure that you all know that it's not. I mean, it's not something that we're just like throwing at you, but this is something that happened. So we're gonna deal with what we can to try to get you all some relief. And like I said once before, I see you, Ms. Feldman. There is safety in numbers. So when you all come together, you can get more done. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, everybody's done. I think I've talked enough, but I did want to congratulate you on your reentry summit, Councilwoman Gunn. It was successful, lots of information, and the next one will even be more people because it will, I think the word will pass along that there's help in Forest Park. And also wanted to congratulate the Hickson family. One of our employees got the keys to his new home. David Hickson, he worked on his job here and then he left and he's helped build his own house. And he got the keys this week and we were so excited. He got, everybody was there, the whole IT team, they shut down shop and they went and celebrated with him. And thank you, everyone else who also traveled with us down there to help Mr. Davids celebrate his new house and his family. And I told him, I think I'm related to him and he's supposed to be inviting me to dinner. We're all ready, but yeah, because my grandmother's last name was Hickson, one of my grandmothers. So I said, I think I'm related to you guys, but they were so happy and we were so happy. It's just so wonderful to see someone get that. He worked a year on this house. So and he helped the people across the street build their house. So he has really been working and such a good young man. We're just happy for him. And that's all I have at this time. I guess if there's a motion to recess the regular meeting and enter into executive session for the purpose of personnel, litigation, real estate, or cybersecurity, we just need a motion.
So move.
Second. Okay, all in favor? Okay.
City Judge.
Is there a motion to end the executive session and reconvene the regular work session?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.